feels the hands of time tick by louder as the day approaches, beating faster in the big rush until hearts are left banging in chests in anticipation and expectation. I wait with the old man for the crowd to arrive. I look around the room with him, see the pride in his eyes, sense the excitement rush through his veins of another year, another day, all being together. My God, they don't happen often enough, I know he thinks. The doorbell rings, and Time's ticking hands are drowned out by the tinkling Christmas tunes. The flames of candles by the window dance excitedly on their wicks as the cars pull up outside. The lights on the tree sparkle and wink at him, encouraging him to make his way to the door. Build up over. It's time. His troops begin to arrive, one by one. Big hugs from Mum and Dad. Woolly jumpers embrace polo necks to oohs and ahs of delight as the cinnamon, pine, Brussels sprouts, and cooking turkey tickle their senses. Children race around in excitement, their little hearts overfilled with the joy of the morning's magic. They poke at the presents, eye the name tags, stare at the chimney while shaking their heads, wondering and conferring among one another how on earth he did it. And then the annual stories are told, of hearing him on the roof, seeing the reindeers fly off, and even meeting the great man himself. Wide eyes and wows for the little ones who had slept through the night, rolled eyes for the elders who hide their smiles, while secretly wishing for that feeling within them to return. What a great man, the little ones all agree, while munching on mince pies. What a great man. And then the conversation, stilted at first, of those who had once shared bedrooms and secrets, had once fought over toys and friends and huddled under bedsheets with torches, begins. Here they are, on the one day of the year on which the parental flame shines brightly enough to attract them all at once. The room is now a hot pot of past, present, and future family. All eyes are on the kids, the ones who bathe in the excitement of the day, and who, in turn, reflect the magic back to their parents. He announces he's going to put me on top of the tree, and the little ones rush to gather around. The old man takes me into his frail hands. The routine applause sounds the same to them every year, but not to me. Like the ice sculpture, you must pay close attention. The tones have varied as the time has gone by. In the early years, it was excitement, the joy of little ones' first experiences. Then, as the years passed and time floated away as gently and subtly as a feather in the wind, cheers turned to jeers and excitement to boredom as hormones flailed around in changing bodies, kicking and screaming. This year they are adults, mothers and fathers, uncles and aunts, who have learned to understand all that was misunderstood in teenage years. They applaud loudly and joyously, with their own excited little ones hopping around by their sides, craning their necks to look at me with great awe. My, they've grown. I've seen their changing faces over the years, how as teens they began to learn to hide their frustrations well, just as the December weather masks the ground outside. The snowflakes drift, altering the landscape and covering the rough and ugly in a smooth, brilliant white. I had sensed already that I wouldn't be carried to my place next year by the same pair of hands. I sensed it by his shaking and by how his eyes filled up when the others weren't looking. Instead of going directly toward the tree, he turns, and I find I'm being handed to Tom, whose 12-year-old mouth gapes open as I'm passed from old hands to new. The eldest grandson looks back to his mother and father, who nod encouragingly and smile with pride. Tom brings me slowly towards the tree. It looks bigger now than it used to as I lie in the protective hands of a smaller boy. As we get closer, it looms, and the tinsel glitters and the branches smell of glorious pine. I see our reflection in a red bauble. I see the excitement and anxiety in Tom's face as he takes each careful step, not wanting to ruin the moment. With his back turned to the hushed family, he takes a step up the ladder.